Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Jimmy Codger Racing and round 9 of my British Touring Car Championship. First of all, can I have a mic check in the chat, please, in the YouTube? This is critical. I've had some tech issues, so I just want to make sure everything's working okay as it should. So we're getting the chat filling up now. Ekberg is putting his feet up, or his slippers up, his pink slippers. Oh, he's famous for those. Yeah, can I have a confirmation in the chat, please, if anybody can hear me? Volume all good, says Adam. Oh, thank you, mate. Cheers, buddy. Oh, yeah, it all decided to die on me. It was working earlier and then decided to pack up. So, never mind. We're here now. It's running slightly a little bit late, but these things happen. We've got to put up with them and deal with them. So, what you're looking on screen at the moment is... unusually, we didn't do a driver of the day for last week because, and this is not taking anything away from anybody, there weren't any standout performances. They all did reasonably well, but there wasn't anything that really stood out for us. However, what did stand out was a debutant, Bongo Man, who stood in Dan Eves Honda and pulled out a fantastic move at St. Croix. It all started at the beginning of the bridge section, all side by side, all the way down the bridge, all the way through the tight left-hander, all the way through the sweeping right-hander, and he got the move done. So, well done to you, Bongo Man. He's new to the community and comes in with a bang and wins Overtake of the Week. So, well done to you for that. And just quickly before we go any further, I'm just going to just bring up the points now. So this is all hanging on a knife edge now. Danny C is leading the overall championship by 32 points. He just needs a couple of decent results and he will take the Drivers' Championship. We've got Shadow leading the Tokers. He's leading Ben in second place by 18 points, with Butler a further 8 points behind Ben. So we could see the Toker title wrapped up tonight with Shadow. The Indies, however, Hado is 7 points ahead of Skins. Now, I have it on good authority that if Hado is 10 points or more ahead of Skins by the end of the event, he will take the Indy title. So it's all to play for. So, yeah, hold on to your hats tonight. It's going to be a good one. And I can announce at this point, we had a good friend. Well, he's been right by my side all the way through the championships. He's won the championship twice. So I'm absolving all responsibility for tonight. Clayjax, the season 4 champion, has designed the lobby this evening. You were worried if I was designing it. Now you're even more worried because you know what Clayjax is capable of. So yes, I don't know what the weather's going to do tonight either. So I can't resist it. I'll be in the same boat. Oh, Adam's probably put his head in his hands now going, oh God, they've started. But here we go. Right, so we can cut live to Spa, which is the scene for tonight's round 9. So we can see the drivers getting used to the cars and how they handle round this, one of the most famous tracks, I would say. Not just in the game, but in real life. It's a true driver's circuit, and it's got everything. It's got flat out straights, it's got right, runoff here, as we've just seen Marty, this week, running the Honda. He's coming through just approaching Puon now, which is, if you get this right, it's really rewarding. You run wide on the exit, so you've just got to keep it tight as he goes right over to the runoff there. This was the scene of Ben's incredible aquaplaning last season in the pouring rain. So, yeah, we'll just quickly go to work our way up the grid. We'll just go to Danny C as you see him flying through Eau Rouge here. They're going to get 10 minutes practice, and give them a little bit longer. They got, yeah, I'll give them another 5 minutes. So, yeah, this has got everything, this track. Fast sweeping bends. We've got tight downhill sections. We've got chicanes. We've got the long flat out sweeping bends. And yeah, this is notorious, this track, for its weather system. So, yeah, it can be raining here, yet it doesn't rain, and that's not down to the way I do the tiles. It's up in the mountains. The layout of the track means it can be raining in one place and not in another. So it's a very, yeah, it's demanding to get your strategy right. So we've got, just quickly go down through the grid. We've got David running Charlie Cox's Mondeo. He's back, he's had some good results. And the man in question that we were talking about, who won the overtake of the week, this man, Bongo Man, he's standing in for Ekberg this evening. It's his birthday. Many happy returns, Ekberg. So he's taking the wheel of the Volvo tonight. So Ekberg will be cheering him on. Then behind him we have audio muted in Rob Seat. Woof, flying through a ruse there. So yeah, so we're just approaching, we're approaching 8 minutes now. We're going to give him a couple of minutes and then we'll get qualifying underway. So for those of you who haven't tuned in before, this is a 20-minute sprint with 10 minutes qualifying. And just on racing soft tyres, all tyres are available this evening, as it's declared a wet race. So they'll have to be on the toes. And then we have a feature race, which is 40 minutes, which is a reverse grid of the finishing results of this race. So if you win this race, you're going to be starting at the back for the feature. So, yeah, it makes for some interesting overtakes for the fast guys coming through the back of the grid. As we saw, the wipers on Audio Muted's car earlier, they've now gone off. So, yeah, they'll have had the warning. They've got a weather radar inside the car. We can't see it, unfortunately. I wish we could. The only indication we get of how wet the track is on the left-hand side next to the countdown timer. That will start filling up. You're okay on slicks until the first notch. Anything past that, you're bordering on intermediates, and then anything past the second notch, that's indicating full wets. So I will be just getting a message up on the screen. Just letting them know that qualifying starting soon. So they've had, yeah, just approaching 10 minutes now. So we'll work through the grid during qualifying, and I'll introduce all the drivers to you. Anybody who hasn't tuned in and seen this before, welcome along. It should be a brilliant night tonight. It's going to test them. This is round 9 of 10. So, yeah, they'll definitely have the work cut out tonight. This is Skins, who is second in the independents at the moment, so he's got it all to do tonight. So it's not beyond the realms of possibility for him to challenge Haydo. Haydo's had some, should we say, interesting results. He's had the wheel come off in his hands. I think he's had a disconnect. Oh, he's had all sorts. But he still managed to hold the lead, so which is pretty impressive. And this is the man we're talking about here. Evening, Haydo. So, yeah, one of the good guys. He's been with us. Yeah, he's been with the community for quite some time now. Right, well, we're approaching 11 minutes, so I'm going to get the qualifying underway. So just remember, let's just see if this comes up. I don't think it will. No, it's not going to come up. Right, okay. Yeah, just remember, it's qualifying, no racing in qualifying. I'll just see if I can get that to come up. I don't want to see racing and putting people off each other's laps. So we've got a full lobby. That's great to see. So, right. If you're ready to sit back and enjoy this, I am going to get the qualifying underway. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen, for round 9 of my British Touring Car Championship here on GT7. Let's get the qualifying underway. So let's get a message in the chat. Adam, come on, I can see you in the chat before. Who's your money on? So let me just catch up a little bit with the chat. So get some information on the screen. I've got a feeling that's Danny straight out the blocks. He doesn't normally go straight out. So let me just catch up quickly with the chat. We've got all the high five, technical difficulties remain, seated and don't panic. Don't panic, says Marty. Drew Bits in the house. Come on, Bongo, drive it like you stole it, says Ekberg. Slippery when wet, says Marty. Well, we know how well Marty goes in the wet. He prefers it. Someone forgot the signs. I'm not sure what he means by that. Good luck tonight, says Darren. That's Swifty. Good evening, sir. We've got Sam Kennedy. That's Bongo Man. Okay, I'll try Ekberg. I stole it off you after all. Hello, people. Good luck in round 9, says Danny C. Ekberg says, I'm at a hotel in Stockholm, chilling, bathing and eating pizza. Well, he's living the life and he's living the dream. So, Bongo Man has control of the situation tonight, says Ekberg. Loud and clear, says Jimmy. Says Maximum. Oh, that's good. Sounds good. Brilliant. Thank you. They're saying he didn't take the sim, he didn't take the PS5 with him on holiday. I think he'd get shot if he did that. We know someone else who has, and that's a certain Mr. Butler, who we'll just go to at the moment. During one championship he was in, it was that close, he decided he couldn't afford to miss it, and decided to take the PS5 with him. I'm surprised he's still with us, to be honest, after his better half. Yeah, he must have it must have cost him a fortune to do that. But go well out there tonight, Butler. He's driving Colin Turkington's BMW 1 Series back in the day, the eBay sponsored. So he's been saying he's feeling pretty good about tonight. So they're all on their out lap at the moment. So Butler's going to be the first to start his flying lap. So they're all on soft tyres. So he's closely followed by Danny C. So we'll see what sort of the benchmark they're going to be doing. And he says, Darren says, or Swifty, Danny and Shadow battling, be great to watch. Yeah, it was anything to go by before. Darren, I'll get my words out in a minute. Adam says, Danny currently has 6 poles this season. Odds in his favour for this season, says Adam. That's my trusty companion, who's tapping away on his calculator. Agreed. Danny doesn't flinch under pressure either. Believe me, I have tried to rattle him, says Swifty. I'm going for line bus on pole, says Swifty. That's a valid shout. Right, so let's just work our way through the grid. So we've seen Danny C. So let's just go to my good mate Tyler Mann from the States, running Rob Callard's Airwave sponsored BMW from back in the day. He's had some great results. He's currently fourth. 2 points off David in third. Then we have Givenchy running Gordon Shedden Seat. He's had a mixed bag of results, but he's getting it slightly loose there, coming out of Licom. So he's coming down to Brussels now. So yeah, he's managed to pick himself a penalty up, which is not going to be good. He will be serving this, because he served it well before the penalty line. So go well out there tonight, Comanche. So we've seen Bongo Man, we've seen Skins, we've seen Audio Muted. Haydo is your current leader for the Independence class. So he's got it all to do. He'll know what he's got to do tonight. And then last, but not last, but it's Pops in his Peugeot. So this is Maximum, who's recently joined the series, followed by, are you ready for this, ladies and gentlemen? Followed by his son, Shadow GT. So yeah, these pair and Danny have had some absolutely incredible battles. And while we're on Shadow, get the love in the chat. He's just had, or they've just had the first major scan. He's going to be a dad in September for the first time. He's just found out he's going to have a baby girl. So they've just had the first important scan. Everything is hunky-dory, and to be honest, I've been chatting with him during the week, and he couldn't, understandably, he couldn't be happier, and he's just on top of the world at the moment. So yeah, he's just going out here enjoying himself. So all the best to you and your other half, Katie, Shadow. Everything goes well for you both, and keep us updated. So yeah, I'm looking forward to these two battling tonight. This is going to be epic. So while Darren was on about line bus, he's unfortunately picked up a penalty. So at the moment, Danny C has topped the timing charts with a 2:29? Yeah, 2:29.3, with Shadow literally about 4/10 back, and Maximum a further 1/10.5 back from that. So I'm not sure where they're picking the penalties up from. So we'll just quickly go to another driver who's standing in tonight. That's Marty, who's running Dan Eves' Honda. So Marty will be looking forward to this. He loves it in the wet, and he said it's his favourite track. So pretty good recipe, I'd say. And yeah, I'm looking forward to, all these drivers have been tested this season. So, but I've been looking forward to this one, mainly because it's my favourite track. I think I managed a 2:31, so 2 seconds off Danny. I'll take that. That was without adjusting the downforce, which, if you're not aware and you haven't watched this before, they can adjust the downforce through every session, so they can do the practice, come in, back it off, or add downforce. Then they have a qualifying setup, and they're free to adjust it before the race. So they might not want, they might want a different setup for the race. They might want pure pace for the quali, which is standard, and just want to maximise tyre wear, so may not want as much downforce on the front. So let's just go on board. So Marty's gone into the pits, so let's just go on board with Danny C, see if he can improve. So that's a 26, he's definitely going to improve, I think. No, he hasn't. So yeah, half a second ahead of Shadow. So let's just go on board with Shadow. Watch how he takes this. He's Blanchimont coming through here. This is flat in 6th gear. Just got to pick your braking point, roughly about now. Into 2nd gear, possibly 1st, just to get the rotation. But short shift to 2nd. Easy on the throttle, otherwise you're going to lose the back end here. And then it's flat out to the line. So Danny has definitely been putting in the practice. So Shadow's improved, but not much. But as we can see, Shadow's wipers are coming on. So yeah, it is looking misty over the mountains in the distance there at the top of Kemble Strait. So we can't see any water on the gauge at the moment, so it's just a light sprinkle, but they know from experience that I don't do light sprinkles. It's going to rain, it's going to rain. But I'm not responsible tonight. Clayjax, are you in the chat? He said he's going to be in the grandstands watching this one. Marty knows his way around here. He's very handy, says Swifty. We got the congrats coming in from Swifty for Shadow. So 2.29 from Danny. Ouch, says Swifty. So we're making a welcome return for LFC Ben. He's in the pits. He had last week off. He had some family stuff to deal with. So Maximum as normally spoils the party in the dying minutes. So Maximum is currently, yeah, 6/10 off. So yeah, it's not like Max. So I'm wondering if Shadow's going to get a bit of the toe off his dad. But I've got a feeling now with the track, when it's starting to spit with rain, has the best track conditions past them. Are they going to be able to improve? Danny hasn't actually improved, so yeah, he's managed to get a really good lap in straight out the box. So Butler's improved. That's put Butler in second place. So he's pipped Shadow. Yeah, right at the death. So Butler was right. He was feeling really confident about this one. So that's a great result from Butler. He's on the first row with Shadow and LFC Ben on the second row. So that's going to be crucial. So Shadow needs to outscore Ben. And yeah, so these two are really close in the Toka Championship. So this is going to be a battle to watch. So Bongo Man has got a great result in 6th. That's great. Ahead of Marty only by a 10th. As we see, Danny C has improved. First into the 28s, so he's just knocked 4/10 off his time. So Maximum has just picked Butler into second place. So yeah, Danny will have his head in his hands now, going, oh no, not again. So he's done this before. I predicted this. He's done it so many times. So yeah, he's spoilt the party, so to speak, right at the death. So we shouldn't have too many minutes remaining now. This should. Oh, I've given him 15 minutes, Wally. That's why. I'm thinking it was 10 minutes. So there's still 4 minutes left. Because it was such a long track. So we'll just come over to Bongo Man, who's running the Volvo in 7th place. So he's doing alright for Etberg. So, yeah, what I do with this series, viewers, is in case you're wondering why I keep referring to Volvo, I used to be a marshal for just about 9 years, 10 years back in the 90s, when I was a young lad. God, that seems ages ago now. At Oulton Park, and I used to marshal all the Super Touries. And as we can't have the cars that are actually in real life in the game, then what I've chosen to do is choose one car and put all the liveries on, all the different liveries on that car. So yeah, we see Danny C coming into the pits now, so I don't think he's going to go back out because he's not going to improve. Maximum's coming to the pits, so can these two improve? Shadow's found himself down in 5th place, who's in Line Bus is in 4th place, so he hasn't got a penalty this one, so I don't know whether, yeah, this is dodgy now. Yeah, it's properly coming down now, so this is what the drivers can see. So Danny has come in for a set of intermediates, so has Line Bus. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to improve. So we see Team Nissan there, lovely to see in the team overalls, which Tyler Man took. Oh, I didn't ask him. He asked me one day. He just sent me a message. He says, "Oh, there's Team Seat as well." He said, "Would you like me to design or to make some race suits and helmets for all the teams?" And he took it upon himself to do it, and it just makes it, doesn't it look fantastic? So we're seeing Line Bus coming here for a quick tyre change, so he is going to stick some intermediates on. But I don't think anybody's going to beat Danny C's time at the moment. So as Butler is out on the racing softs. He's normally the first to come in on a drying track, so this is what can happen here. You can go past the pits on slicks and then it hammers down. But look at this now. So we're just approaching the end of qualifying now. So this is a taster of what's to come. So they'll have to be on the ball, keep the weather radar on, and make sure, yeah, not to leave it too late. So I'm expecting, Adam's going to be watching this live. Last time we tried to do the points live, we ballsed it up in spectacular fashion. It's not easy to do. Butler's parking it. So they're in the pits, so we'll just go back. Most of them are in the pits now. But we've got Marty out on the inters. So Adam's going to be keeping me updated in the chat, hopefully. But what I've got to do is keep an eye on the chat. So Tyler Man there in the chat did it for the entire grid and enjoyed it, he says. What a legend. And then Shadow didn't get one decent lap in before the rain. So, yeah, so Shadow's not too impressed, but we all know what Shadow's capable of. And Shadow's a handy driver, rapid pair of hands in the wet, so we'll just quickly go back to LFC Ben, who's still out on the softs. So these cars are notoriously difficult. So Danny has actually gone out on a set of intermediates. So you see the hazard lights come on now, that's the end of qualifying. So Danny C, that looks like Danny C has taken pole position. So we'll just wait for qualifying to finish. So Danny's done what he needs to do. He's put it on pole, so that's going to give him a good advantage now. So he just needs to make the most of. He could actually do it, I think, after the first race. I'm not too sure. But we'll update you as the evening progresses. So just quickly check. So time remaining, we've still got 49. Okay, so we've still got 49 seconds. So we're just not sure who's still out. So Butler's crawling around on his softs. Yeah, you're not going to beat Danny's time like that, Butler. And we know line bus went out on a set of inters. So there's no fuel usage in the sprint. It's purely, well, I say racing softs only, but all tyres are available tonight as it's declared as a wet race. So yeah, hold on to your hats, viewers. Anything could happen tonight, so they've just got to keep their eyes out on the weather radar. All we've got to look at is the gauge to the left of the tyres. They've got a full weather radar. Right, the sun's back out. There we go. So, let's get the results. So there we go. Danny C takes pole position with a 228.9. That's nuts. Closely followed by Maximum for Team Peugeot, Butler for BMW, Linebus in 4th, 5th for Shadow, 6th for LFC Ben. Great result for Bongo Man in 7th. Marty rounds up the first 8 for Team Honda. We've got Audio Muted in 9th. He likes qualifying in 9th all of a sudden. I'm not sure, I keep seeing him there. Hado in 10th, Skins in 11th, David in 12th, Drew in 13th for Team Ford, and Tyler in 14th for BMW in the Independents, and Kivanchi in 15th place for Team Seat. Right, so that's your results. There's the grid. So Danny will be definitely keeping an eye on his rear view mirror for Max. So let's get the let's get the race underway for the sprint race for round 9. Hold on to your hats, grab your drinks. This should be interesting. Right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. So we've got 20 minutes round Spa, which should work out at roughly, I think, 9-10 laps, taking into account the... there's going to be a pit stop. Right, so they're starting. This is the... Not sure why it's... Not sure why it's a rolling start. Wasn't supposed to be. It was supposed to be a grid start, but okay. Maybe it was a better choice, so they don't all bunch up into T1. I think that's why I did it. So, Btcc leads the field away down to Eau Rouge for the first time. This is a flat-out corner. Just got it. There's a penalty that you can get on the inside at the top, on the left-hand side, if you cut it too much. But we already see Line Bus is really challenging Butler here. So let's just go on board in Line Bus. He's giving him a bump. We're approaching Les Combes now. It's a right-hander followed by a left. Just got to get out to the left here. Just a lift of the throttle here. Straight down to a heavy braking zone. Down to second gear, possibly first. Then you've got a medium left-hander, only a third gear. Then this is straight up to fifth gear. Quick drop it down into fourth gear, turn in. As we see, Line Bus is going down the inside of Pouhon with Butler. Butler runs us a little bit wide, but he's managed to hold it. But that's a pass done by Line Bus up into third place. That's a great move by Line Bus. Let's just see if we can get that. As we see him coming down the hill here, Line Bus gets on the inside, just gets it done. So let's just go back down to Shadow GT, who's found himself in a bit of clear air. He's in the toe of Butler, just. So he'd be trying desperately to get on the back of them, and LFC Ben is right on the back of Shadow here. So he's got to be careful. And we've got followed by Bongo Man and Marty in Honda and Volvo, Volvo and Honda respectively. So let's just go back down to the bottom of the grid and just catch him. We got Skins. He must have had an incident. He's found himself way behind. So he must have had a spin. Restart, says Skins. No, don't, Skins, carry on. Don't be dropping out. I don't know what that's in aid of. Can anybody enlighten me in the chat as to what happened? Glitch starts. Okay, hang on. Wait a minute. I'm going to restart it, but I haven't got the qualifying positions. Adam, can you rewind the stream, please, and give me for 60. Clayjacks, what does that mean for 60 seconds? Right, can everybody exit? I need to get the... hang on a minute, I'm going to have to... Wait a second, I'm going to have to rewind the stream. I'm going to have to get the results. Hang on. Apologies for this, ladies and gents. Right. Can someone type in the chat of the result, the grid positions, please. Right, hold on. This is going to go. Right, I need the grid positions, please. Someone in the chat, otherwise I can't do it. And right, okay. So everybody enter. Need everybody on the grid. Let me just edit the event settings and just make sure this is. Right, okay. Right, everybody enter. Sorry about the delay. I don't know what's it's all going wrong tonight. Right. Right. Right, everybody's entered. Right, okay. Change grid order. Right, so Danny C first. See, I can't see the chat now. Danny C, maximum second. Who was... Right, Danny C, maximum, Butler line bus. Okay. Butler line bus. Shadow Ben bongo. Shadow Ben bongo. God, this sounds wrong, doesn't it? Marty audio Hado. Marty. Right, so where's... Oh, we haven't got audio muted. Why is he not in the grid? Or he is now. Right. Oh, God, this is doing my head in. Right, so Danny C. Where's audio? Right, he's there now. Good. Right, okay, right. Danny C. Maximum. Line bus. Right, hang on. Danny C. Second Max. Third Butler. Fourth line bus. Fifth Shadow. Fourth, fifth, right. Sixth LFC Ben. Bongo seventh. Eighth Marty. Bongo Man. Seventh. Eighth Marty. Ninth Audio. 10th Hado. Ninth Audio. 10th. That's not right. 10th Hado. 11th Skins. Skins. David, Drew, Tyler. Right. So 11 Skins. David. Drew, Tyler, Kivanchi. That's right, isn't it? Drew, Tyler, Kivanchi. Right. Right, so let's just make sure that's right. Okay, that's right. Thanks, Marty. Yeah, no worries, buddy. Right, so there's the starting grid. So, do apologise, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the race underway. So hopefully now, this should be a grid start. Right. Oh, we got there in the end. Thank you all for your patience and your cooperation. Right. Right, so we've got Danny C on pole position, waiting for the red lights to come on. We've got 3, 4, 5 red lights. And they're off, so this now should be the proper start. As we see them all head down now to La Source hairpin. Keep it clean. Oh, everybody's through, that's a lot better. Brilliant stuff, thank you. Oh, that's a relief. Right, so Danny C leaves the grid now, down to Eau Rouge for the first time. So the penalty is on the left. If you cut that corner, this corner here, if you get that slightly wrong, you get a penalty. So this you see the field. Line bus is already on the tack. So he's already on the tack for Butler. So let's just go on board with line bus and see what you can see here. But Butler's having none of it. Butler's managed to keep the inside line, but he's right behind Max. That's given Linebus the outside for this corner. So he's managed to get the move done, but Shadow's also made a move past Butler as we see. Oh, there's been an incident. I'm not sure who that was with. So we've got that. So I've got a feeling that was David. So let's just go back down to back of the grid. Was it David and Haydo? But possibly not. So was it David? Let's just see if we can get that. Someone went off here, so came round here. Couldn't quite catch it. He went off here. No, it was Haydo having a spin. Right, so that's twice Haydo's done that at the beginning, opening laps of the race. So David is now hounding Skins, but David has picked himself up a 1 second penalty. This is going to leave him very vulnerable now. He doesn't want this. He's got his hazard lights on over to the right hand side of the track, so he's going to lose a position to Tyler. Potentially Bongo Man's going through, so that puts David in 13th place. But I'm just going to quickly go to the top of the grid as we see these two battling here. So we've got Max and Danny having a right old dogfight again. This is carrying on from last week and the week before. But Shadow has just made his way up into 3rd place, past line bus at the bus stop chicane, so that's a great move. So let's just go on board with Maximum as he's coming into the La Source hairpin. We'll just stay on board with Max for a lap and just see how he takes this. So got to be careful. So yeah, so you want to stay over to the right here, just clip the inside apex at the bottom of the hill, get it over to the right, just ease off slightly, ever so slightly, back on the throttle. Now he's got the run out of here, he's got a good drive. Now Danny's vulnerable, now he'll make Max go around the outside. So this is like Lewis Hamilton, it's like the Formula 1 this here, so let's just see. But Danny has got the inside line, can Max get it done? He has got it done. So that's Max ahead at the start of lap 2, so now Danny's got it all to do, but they love having this battle. So, but Max is right on the back of, he knows what's going to happen. These two are going to start fighting, they always do. So this is going to bring Shadow right into the mix here. But meanwhile, Butler, after having a great qualifying, has found himself down in 8th place, having a great scrap with Drew. So he's desperately trying to get on the back of audio muted. As you can see, got a line of cars there. Marty ahead, so let's just go. So we've got audio muted, followed by Marty, followed by LFC Ben. So audio muted's just got to try and get on the back of here, but he knows that Butler is right on his case here. So Butler's hounding him here. Let's just go on board. Let's go on board with Butler. This is it. These next sequence of corners, this is an overtaking point. So if you can get a good run out of this corner, but it takes immense trust a respect from both parties, of which these two have. They've raced countless seasons together, various communities. So there is a move potentially. He's not close enough for it here, but you can go side by side here through Blanchimont. But the next potential move is if he's got a good run out of here, he may dummy audio muted, and this is, he's having a look. But you can sneak it around the outside of the bus stop, which gives you the inside for the exit and a better line. It keeps you away from the rumble strip on the right hand side. So let's just come back out of that and let's just go back to the top. Danny C has managed to get the lead, but look at this, we've got Line Bus and Shadow right in the mix here, challenging Danny C through the Lessor's hairpin. Can Shadow get the drag off Max, and do Danny coming down the main start finish straight here? Danny has got the inside, but who's going to be last on the brakes? Is Shadow going to back out? He has, he's thought better of that. So these here are now right, Ben's got right back in the mix here, but Marty is right at the back of this train. Is Shadow going down for the move on the inside? He's got his slipstream off Max. So this is where it's going to happen, but Linebus is pushing Danny. So can Shadow make the move here? He's got the inside here, but Danny's got the better line. Shadow's going to have the inside for the tight right-hander going down the hill. Shadow's got past Danny there, but Danny's vulnerable. Linebus is also poking his nose down the inside for this right-hander. That's going to force Danny on the outside. He's lost another position. But Danny, if he can keep it, he doesn't want to run wide, but LFC Ben is getting in on the party here. This is getting hot and this is getting fast and furious here. Danny's right bang under the pressure here. So I knew this was going to provide some spectacular racing, but LFC Ben's having to go down the inside of Danny C. But can he? Linebus is also having on the attack with Shadow. Danny C is. LFC Ben's got rolled round the outside to the inside. Can he make it stick? He's got the move done on Danny C, so let's just go and see if we can get that move from LFC Ben. I'm hoping we can get this, so here we go. Oh, so it's gone right back to the beginning. The replays are screwed, so I can't rely on replays, which is a bit annoying. Yeah, that's gone back about half a minute. LFC Ben, so Danny C is under the attack now. He's under attack from Marty in Dan Eves' Honda, so let's just go on board. Let's go on board with Marty. But Danny's wise to this is the move. He's not quite close enough. But yeah, the mist is starting to come in now. Oh, as the wipers come on. But really after 7 minutes, wow. So it just shows what the weather system can be like here at Spa. So Danny C down in 5th place. That's unusual for Danny C. But we've got Shadow and Max in the lead here. Well, I say Shadow and Max in the lead. We've got Max basically doing a Lewis Hamilton. He's dropped the hammer, but Shadow's doing his best to make that Chevy as wide as he can. But LFC Ben's having a look. Let's just go back to LFC Ben. He's having a look down the inside of Linebus. Can he make this stick? Is he going to get it down the inside for this right hander at the end of the Kemmel Straight? He's got the inside line, but that gives Linebus the inside. Ben's gone all round the outside of Linebus. What a move from Ben. That's incredible. So that, I would say that's the first overtake of the week. Let's just see if we can get that. I don't know if we can get, I don't know what's going to happen with the replay. No, we've got it here, so we've got LFC Ben getting the move done. What a move from LFC Ben. So, I do apologise for the lack of the replays. Well, they're doing their own thing tonight. I don't know what's going on. This isn't helping my limited math skills, says Adam. Yeah, he's trying to work out the scores live and it just chops and changes every 2 minutes. So Danny's lost a further place to Marty. We didn't see that happen. So let's just quickly go back down to the bottom of the grid. So we've got Kivanchi there, and what I've always said during this season is open to all abilities. And we have fast drivers, we have slow drivers. Well, I say slow, they're quick in their own right. But they stick it out no matter where they are. complete the race. So I'm just going to quickly jump up to Bongo Man, who is running Ekberg's Volvo. So they'll be keeping a close eye now on the weather. So they'll be keeping an eye out now because they're coming out. Now if they go past the pit entry, let's just see where the fast guys are and let's just see what's happening. But Ben is making a move down the inside on Shadow. So that puts, but he's not managed to do it. Shadow's held him off. But he's still going at it. So Shadow's got the better line here. He's got the inside for the source hairpin. Nice and clean, but Marty's also having he's on the attack for LFC Ben as well, as LFC Ben gets it loose out of there. But he's got the move done on Shadow. Meanwhile, Max is just legging it out in front, so let's just see what the gap is out in front. 1.8 seconds, 9 seconds. So Max is cruising here, but we've got the battle developing again between LFC Ben and Shadow. So this is all how they've got the car set up. So who's got the least downforce? But Marty is on the attack from LFC Ben. But Linebus is pushing Marty here. So give me a bit, he's got to get the braking done. A bit of overspeed. That's put Marty up into 3rd place. So LFC Ben has lost 2 positions there because Linebus has managed to make the move as well. But Danny C's right on the back of this in 6th place. Butler right behind in 7th, followed by Audio Muted. So just going to go on board with Marty. Just see what the drivers can see here. Full touring car view. This is Honda chasing down the Chevy. So the mist is certainly coming in over the trees. You can't really see the mountains in the background now. So it's certainly starting to drop. But there's no tyre wear in this, so they can use any tyres they like this evening because it's classed as a wet race. So Shadow's got to he's got to be mindful here. So we can still see his dad out in front. It's great to see this, isn't it? I mean, how good is it that it's great to share a passion with your dad, whether it be, and especially when you grow old and you're out of your teens and you're in your 20s, 30s, whatever. It could be fishing, whatever, but it's quality time to spend with your dad, and for them both to be racing in a game like this is just fantastic to watch. You don't see many happen in many communities, but the wipers are definitely on now. So we'll see what Max. We'll just go to the leader. The wipers have definitely come on. I can see it. Max is going into the pits now. So let's just see. Are we going to get a flurry of pit stops? Linebus has braved it and stayed out. But is he going to lose more than he's going to gain? I don't think that was a wise decision, bearing in mind that he's still below the first mark. The whole grid is pitted, bar Linebus. We know he's done this before. Yeah, he's extended his stints. He's gone long before, but he's done it quite a few times. So can he make it work this time? But there's definitely, look at the water now. This is now signifying you should be on wet tyres. So we see Danny C on the wets and the rest are on intermediates. David has gone intermediates. Look at this now, he's got even heavier. Let's just go on board with Linebus and see what. Yeah, I think he's going to regret staying out. Because once you get this spin, you've got to get it going again. But I think this was a call too far for Linebus. So by the time, he's got a 26-second gap now, but he's going to be hemorrhaging time now. While the rest are coming out of the pits, they're all going to be on wet tyres. Let's just see if Max. Yep, Max has come out on the intermediates. They're not far behind him now. So I think you're going to see Linebus tumble down the grid now. So I think the right time to pit was the end of lap 5. So let's just see there on intermediates. We've got LFC Ben on the intermediates, and we know Danny C went on the full wets, I believe. Yeah, so Danny could have pulled a blinder here. Now, what did Shadow go on? Shadow went on the intermediates. So the wets are better when it's just crept over. So if you're not sure of what the information on the screen is telling you, the gauge to the left-hand side of the tyres, in between that and the time, that indicates the depth of water on the track. So once it starts turning blue, that's full wet tyres. But if the track starts to dry out, then the intermediates are going to be the better tyre. But just want to keep an eye on Line Bus. He's managed to make it round. He's only got he's lost 14 seconds. So he's just coming through up to Blanchimont now. So the pit stop is about 40 seconds, I believe. So it's going to bring him out, I would say, around about 7th or 8th, maybe 8th, maybe even worse than that. He doesn't have to fuel up, remember, it's just tyres. So let's just see where Max, so we've got Max and LFC Ben going for it here. Look at this, side by side through Blanchimont, but that's Ben, could be picking up a penalty there. But he's got the move done. So there we see Line Bus in, as they're just coming past the pit entry now. So, yeah, I don't think that was a good call for Line Bus, to be honest. But Danny C is now in 4th place on the wet tyre. So he's got his work cut out now. Let's just see where Line Bus drops to now. Yeah, he's gonna lose a hell of a lot of positions. So we'll just check in with this man from my good mate Drew, who is also good in the wet conditions. So, good evening Tam, just to speak of the devil, just on your man Drew here. Thank you ever so much for joining back in, Tam. Brave from Line Bus says Clay Jacks. Could get away with it if it's only a short flurry, but you know what it's like. But Tam, welcome along. He was in the chat last week. Good friends with Drew, I believe. Look at this, 3 abreast here. Drew, audio muted, and Butler. So, look at this. David's getting in on the action here. I don't know where to look. Let's just go on board with David. Oh, and he gets it a bit loose out of there. So, but he's managed to get the drive on the inside, but Drew's having none of it. So Drew's managed to hold the position there, which is going to give him. But David's in a better position here. It's a bit brave for going for a move down there. Butler. That was risky. Let me just come out of this. This is getting frantic. But Drew has managed to hold that all the way through. What a drive from Drew. But look at it up front. It's really tight in the field now. But we've seen LFC Ben has now inherited the lead. I'm not sure how that happened. But we've got Max, Shadow, Marty, and Danny C in 5th. With what's the gap between audio meet? Nothing. A cigarette paper. So we've got Danny C furiously battling away here. But he's got Marty for company right ahead. But we know how good Marty is in the wet. We've got Shadow and Shadow and Max side by side. Look at this. So, yeah, there's no holds barred. They fight to the death, yeah, they're so respectful for each other. But Max won't, he won't treat Shadow any different. He'll go for a move just like he would on anybody else. We see Shadow coming through here, through Blanchimont. Not quite flat in the wet, but Marty is eyeing up Maximum. He's thought better of it, but look, the wipers have stopped now. So the intermediates are going to be the better time. We've got about 2.5 minutes left of this race, including the rundown. So this is going to be the final lap. So we see a dry line appearing here. So Danny C has found himself in 5th place, but he's on the wet, but he's not going to have as much grip, and he's under attack here is Danny from David. Butler's getting in on the action as well. He's come to join the party. Oh, he had a look at David there coming through a rouge. That was brave. But we know. Let's just see what tyres Butler's on. I think Butler's on the intermediates. He is. But Butler's having to go down here. He's putting his car down the inside. The side-by-side coming up the Kemmel Straight. That's given Butler the inside. He's also got the slipstream off Danny. Davies tucked in, so Butler's got the move done. So Butler's now on full attack mode. He's got Danny in his sights. This full touring car view here. So can he get a move? Can he get a move? He's going around the outside. He knows Danny's on the wets, which is creating a wet, but he's left the door open and David's shot straight through and could do the pair of them here. Has David gone around the outside? Hang on a second. If I can't get this now, I'll be really annoyed. So we see David here, down the inside of Butler, and he's decided, do you know what? I'm going to go down for Danny as well. And I'll go around the outside of this tight left-hander. And he's made it stick. There's a definite overtake of the week. That is a brave move from David. What a move. But this is the final lap as it's indicating on screen, so I'm just going to quickly go with the leader. As they're coming through, approaching Blanchimont now for the final time. He's got a 1.2 second gap. Shadow is in second place. I'm just going to quickly go down to third place as we see is Max going to mount an attack on Shadow in the dying moments here. This is one opportunity he's got. Can Shadow defend? He's got to make that Chevy as wide as he can. Look at this, right on the back. He's got one last attempt here. Will he go for it? Is he going to stick it? He's not. He's thought better of it. But we'll just go quickly to the leaders. The LFC Ben taking the win here for the sprint race. Jimmy Codger Racing's British Touring Car Championship. Shadow second, Max in third, Marty in fourth. What a result for Marty. David, fifth place. What a result. Sixth place for Butler. Seventh for Danny C. He won't be too happy with that. Eighth for Drew. But what a race. Watch out for the Flying Scotsman, says Swifty. Well played, audio muted. Says, who's this? We got Jobber Mama. I'm just going to quickly catch up with the chat. So we got tip of the cap, LFC Ben, says Swifty. We got round the outside. Tam. Oh, we got thumbs up. We've got Drew welcoming his fan club along. But what a race that was. I didn't know where to look half the time. But some of the overtakes there, I mean, there was two definite overtakes of the week in that. 100%. Ben come from nowhere. So there's your winner in full driving gear. Look at that. Team VXR, that's LFC Ben, raised 5 positions to take that. And amongst a field of that quality is outstanding. Let me just get the replay. And this is where I need to take pictures. Right, so I've got that one. It won't be a second. And I've got that one. Okay. So here are the results, ladies and gentlemen. So we've got LFC Ben taking the win for Vauxhall. Shadow in second place for Chevy. Maximum couldn't manage to do it in the end. He tried everything. He chucked everything at that. Shadow picks up the fastest lap, I believe. Yes, 229.4. That's a valuable point for Shadow. Marty, 4th place. What a result for that. And 5th place for David. That's a great result. 6th. I think Butler will be pretty happy with that. Danny C, 7th place. Maybe the wet tyres weren't the best choice in the end. Drew finishes the first table in 8th place for Team Ford. And we've got Audio Muted. Finished where he started in 9th place for Team Seat. Bongo Man takes the last driver championship point in 10th. Tyler finishes in 11th. Linebus in 12th after his bold strategy. That's all I'm going to say. Haydo takes 13th place. Skins in 14th. And Kivanchi finishes the grid in 15th place. With a 1 second penalty, so I presume he got a penalty and didn't manage to serve it. So, right, what the procedure is now is I open the feature race lobby. Nearly started the race again. So, right, load settings. Right, feature. Right, this is your Clay Jack special. I don't know what's going to happen, but we're about to find out. So it's on the 24-hour layout with a rolling start. There is your. They're going to have a practice. So that's your weather. So there's no mandatory tyre this week. I will make sure I've just got that off. So your tyre wear is ×4, fuel consumption ×6, 80 litres, start fuel, and I'm just going to make sure that I have got all tyres available. Yeah, all tyres available. No mandatory tyre, so they can use what they want. Normally, when it's a dry race, they have to use the soft, but tonight they don't. It's free tyre choice. So that is your room, ladies and gentlemen. So don't blame me, blame Clayjacks. Get your messages in the chat to Clayjacks. Right, so I'm going to change the event settings. So everybody needs to enter the grid, and then I can set the grid. So while they're all entering, I will catch up with a little bit of the chat. So we've got... here we go. We've got Tyler Mann pulled a Danny Ricciardo two into one in the last corner. Great move from Tyler. Great race. That says Marty. Shadow, that was a brilliant race. Maximum. GG's everyone. Great race. And well played all. Cracking race, says Swifty. Right, so we're just waiting for Line Bus to get in. If they're not all in, I can't set the grid. Oh, why has it come up with an E? He's not going to know what that means, is he? Right, so are we still waiting for one? Yeah, Line Bus, please enter the grid if you can hear me on stream. I can't set the grid until you're in the grid. We have this every week, and it infuriates me. Like, all they need to do is press the green tick to get in. Do apologise, but right. I will leave you for 2 seconds while I sort the grid out, and I should be back in about 3 or 4 minutes or so. But in the meantime, enjoy short trailer of events that we've got coming up. A Porsche event that's starting in May. So I'll just leave that with you while I set the grid, and I'll see you shortly. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. That took a lot longer. We've lost a driver. I'm not sure why. We'll have to be having words in Discord about this. I'm not happy, Paul. This is the same every week. You just need to enter the lobby before they do anything. I know they need the toilet break. Just press the green tick. I'm not going to say any more on it, but I'm not having it anymore. I'll adopt the rule. They won't be in the race. If they're not in when I come to set the grid, they're not in it. That's it, fine. So, right, they've had 7 minutes here. We're going to have 10 minutes practice to get used to the tyre wear. So we do see some of them using softs. So yeah, they're all testing the softs to see how long they're going to get, whether they're going to be the bogey tyre or how long they can get out of them. But the rain has already started here. So this is 40 minutes of this, so this is going to be, hazard a guess, at 18 laps, I would say. So fuel use, so look at that, 3 laps you've already used. You've used a quarter of the tank, really, because we started on 80 litres. So, yeah, it's not looking too promising. This will be just as much fun for me, because I've not seen this at all. I've not raced it, because I want to watch it and experience it the same as everybody else does. This is going to be exciting for me tonight. It's a novel experience for me tonight, because I'm used to doing the weather. So we'll just quickly catch up with the chat. Triple check, yeah. We have some news, ladies and gentlemen. Danny C on 160, Shadow on 133, 27-point gap, 34 remaining. So he has not done it with the first race. So, Shadow, you ready for this? Drum roll. Shadow is the Toka champion. 17 points ahead with 15 remaining. So, Shadow, congratulations. You are now the Toka series, the Toka category champion. He's done it. That's what he wanted to do. He's won a championship here at JCR. He's always wanted to do that, so I couldn't be happy for him. He's managed to do it, so he can go out there, have fun tonight, knowing that he's achieved one of his goals. So, well done, Shadow. Absolutely brilliant, mate. Congratulations. And Marty saying, how sure are we? Triple check. Miss Vorderman has confirmed, says Adam. If Vord says it's good, then we're well done, Shadow, says Marty. So I've not heard anything to the contrary. So it's looking like they probably get about 5 or 6 laps on the softs, but whether they'll use them is, I don't know. I'm not too sure. So we'll go and find Drew Bits in the pits. So let's just see what LFC Ben's up to. Yeah, he's on the softs. You know what happens last time. So 10 minutes. So right, I'm going to edit the event settings, and hopefully the grid stays as it is. I'm hoping this stays as it is. Right. Please stay the same. Please stay the same. Don't lose the grid. No, it stayed the same. Oh, no, it hasn't. Oh, yeah, it has. Yes, it has. Right. So, let me just get a quick message. So remember, let me just double check that this is a rolling start. Yeah. Okay, it's a rolling start. So hopefully everybody's ready to go. I'm just going to quickly go and fill my glass because I know I'm going to need to. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Right, so before we start, let's just get any messages that have appeared now. So, have I actually won the Tokers then? Yes, you have, Shadow. Yeah. This time, Shadow, yes. Woohoo, says Shadow. Right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this race, this feature race here for round 9 at Spa with me, Jimmy Codger. 3, 2, 1. Let's get this race underway. Oh, hang on. Oh, Drew's not. Right, okay. Well, we'll see what happens. They've had the warning to choose the starting tyres. If I've got to do a restart now, let's just quickly go down to Drew. He's on softs. Right, so... Oh. Do I have to do another restart? This is... Why do people not look at the messages? Right, hold on. I'm going to do a red flag again. Right. Right. This time, will you all read the messages? Choose your starting tyres. Right, all exit, please. One warning. I said choose the starting tyres. You look at the weather before you go out on track. Oh, dear me. I'm getting stressed. Oh, dear me. Right. Right. All enter. Right. All enter. Dry for practice, but it's wet for the start of the race. Oh, dear. They're going to be the death of me, these lot. Right. Is everybody ready now? Drew, have you changed your tyres? Drew, type a message in the YouTube chat or in the game chat. Are you ready to go, Drew? Please tell me you're on wet tyres. Drew, YouTube chat, yes or no? Wet tyres? I'm not waiting. If I don't get a response, I'm starting the race. So, on your head. Right, okay. Here we go. I can't say that in a Scottish. Right, so let's hope now that everybody is on the correct tyres. So let's just quickly go to Drew. He's on the intermediates, right, okay. So. Right, we are away for the feature race. Skins has pole position due to finishing last in the feature race. Well, he didn't, but Kivanchi did, but Kivanchi has dropped out. So as you see him getting it all loose coming out of Eau Rouge. That's brave. We've already got moves, bit trying to be made here as everybody got through cleanly. So Shadow's finding himself at the back. He's on the intermediates. So yeah, he's going out there all nice and relaxed now. Toka champion. Sounds good that, doesn't it, Shadow? Bet Katie's there applauding for you. So let's just want to keep an eye on now is Danny C, because he needs to score point. If he wants to wrap it up tonight, he's got to get a good result tonight. So we know Skins is good in the wet, but I'm just going to keep my eye on these fast guys here. So we've got Marty, Maximum, LFC Ben and Shadow and Linebus all together, so they could find them working together. So I'm just going to check in midfield. Let's go to position 8. That's David. Look at this. All filing through here, but we see Drew making a move on Bongo Man. So Drew's found himself in 3rd position here, but he's picked up a 2-second penalty as Drew. Not quite sure how he's got that, but that's going to really hurt. He's going to have to serve that now, coming around this through these S's. Now he's coming through Campus. So just after Stavolo, which is the next right-hand corner, they're approaching the penalty line. So I'm expecting to see Drew head over to the right-hand side to take his penalty. So this is going to hurt him really badly, because he's probably going to lose about 3 seconds here. So we're seeing them all filing past Drew now as he's taking his penalty. So meanwhile, Tyler is leading the race. Let's just stay on this for a minute. Tyler, what are you doing up there? You'll be getting dizzy, but Skins goes wide. But it's 3 wide here. That was a bit of a dodgy move from Skins, but David is muscling his way through. Danny C, from nowhere, has come through into the lead of the race. How he's done that, I'm not sure, but he didn't start right at the back. He started in 7th place. So Danny C is on intermediates, so now Danny make the most of this, but he's got them all. He's got LFC Ben at the moment and Audio Muted have made their way. As we say, LFC Ben has done Audio Muted and made his way up into 6th place. I'm just going to check on that. There seems to be a battle going on here. But look at this. This is 3 wide coming down the start finish. I don't know where to look. Oh my God. Breathe in. Oh, thank you. Oh, they made it through, but look at this. I just want to go on board with these and look what they've got to deal with. This is on board with Butler. As we see, LFC Ben is going down the side of Bongo Man here for 5th place. He's managed to get that done, so Bongo Man files back in. But can Butler get in on the action here? Can he join the party? This is BMW versus Volvo, as a BMW gets all sort of loose coming out there. Tyler's running wide. That's unfortunate. So that's Butler through. That's going past his teammate. So yeah, I think Tyler run wide. He's got a box. He's got a boot full of parts that he's snaffled from Butler's garage. So that'll be why he's managed to get the back end loose. But meanwhile, David is not letting Danny C get away. But Danny C is desperately trying to keep his tyres cool. The wipers have actually gone off. So they'll be trying to keep the tyre wear down to a minimum by keeping them cool by using all the wet patches on the track. So LFC Ben is up in 4th place at the moment. He's right at the back of Skins, but he's got Bongo Man for company. So one false move and he could see yeah, Bongo Man make a move. We all know what he's capable of after that spectacular move last week with Ekberg. So we know he's got it. He's got the gracecraft. He's got respect. So LFC Ben, look at this. He's right on the back of. He's going for a move here. He's got the move done. Maybe he's serving a penalty. But look at this, all developing behind him now. He's got Butler, rear view mirror full of Butler. He's trying to desperately break the toe. But Butler is renowned. I'm going to come out of this, but Butler is renowned for the first sniff of a drying line. He's normally the first onto softs. But I don't think this is, not even Butler will come in. No, he hasn't. But we've got Skins and side by side. So we've got, look at this, all coming into the La Source hairpin. So we've got Skins here holding the inside line. But we've got someone coming down, trying to keep the tyres cool. That's Shadow making his way up. He's got a move done on Marty. Let's just see if we can get that from Shadow. Not sure if we can. Let's just see if we can get that done. Yeah, as we see Shadow into the La Source hairpin, nice and tidy down the inside. Gets the move done on Marty there. But now Marty is coming right back at Shadow up the Kemmel Straight. So Marty is desperate. He wants the inside line, but Shadow's not letting him have it. Shadow's making that Chevy wide as you like. If you're going to have it, you're going around the outside. So can Shadow keep this? He's got to keep it nice and tight here. But he knows he's got a fast-paced line bus right behind Marty as well. So Shadow's done really well to get into 9th at the moment. Marty's going for a move around the outside here, down through Brussels. I believe the next corner is called Preacher's Corner, but I'm not 100% certain on that. But that brings them down to Pouon, which is a fast left-hander. It's a really rewarding corner, this left-hander. Normally it's 5th gear, yeah, drop it into 4th, just clip the apex, feather the throttle, get back on the throttle halfway round, open the throttle up, back into 5th, coming up to Campus now, which is a series of right, left, and then it brings you down to Stavelot, which is a tight right-hander, which if you don't get right, you can run wide in the gravel. And meanwhile, let me just check in at the top. I just want to, hang on a minute, there's a battle developing here. We've got audio muted. So we've got line bus on the back of Shadow here. But further back, we've got Tyler having a go at Bongo, at Marty, which is impressive. So this is Independent versus Toka. So I lost sight of audio muted for a second. So we've got Drew Bit on the inside. So now we're seeing the tyre wear starting to come into play. So they need to be keeping these tyres cool. I'm expecting. Let's just see if Danny C pits. He's not. He's staying out. So let's just see if anyone goes for the jump. It's just borderline for softs. I expect if anyone's going to come in, it's Butler. But I'm not sure if even he will come in. Looks like he's decided to stay out. But look at this coming here. So Butler's hounding Maximum here for 4th place. But audio muted is right on the back of Butler. Let's just go on board with audio muted. But they're both trying to keep the tyres cool. But this is a brave move. He don't want to go down the inside, especially in the wet. But he's going to be vulnerable here if audio muted gets a good drive, which he has. Let's just come out of this view now. So audio muted straight out of Radion, but Butler has held the inside line. So Butler, audio muted, is now on the dryish line, putting more wear on his tyres. Butler needs to keep the inside. Can audio muted do it? He's got the move done at the end of the Kemmel Straight. What a move from audio muted. That's brave. So that's a really great move from audio muted there. That started at the top of the start finish. And got the move done by the end of the Kemmel Straight. What a move. As we see the sun starting to poke through the clouds here. Yeah, you heard me right. Sun. Yeah, incredible, isn't it? A Clayjack special with sun. So yeah, he's for those of you who don't know, Clayjacks has been a member of the community for about 6 years. Taught me everything I know about the weather. He's an encyclopedia of knowledge. Lovely guy. Has been so helpful throughout the years, and as we say, he's not just good on the old keyboard. He's quick behind the wheel as well. He's got 2 titles under his belt, and I thought, well, who better to design a race at Spa than our man Clay Jacks? So it's an honour to hand him the reins for tonight, and he's done such a good job. So Danny C here. Will we see the leader come into the pits? He's good on fuel, but he's got a 3.2 second gap at the moment. I'm just going to stay with Danny at the moment and see if he decides if it's worth coming in. Just a quick splash and dash. He runs wide there, so it just shows it's still a bit treacherous out there. We see the flames shooting out the back of these Lexuses. I love that. So Danny C is staying out. Okay, so I think Maximum has gone in. I've not seen Maximum come through. LFC Ben has pitted for Team Vauxhall, along with Maximum, David. Yeah, so these are all going for the undercut. Now this could be, yeah, I mean, I don't know what weather's coming next. I didn't even look at the weather when I set the lobby up. So yeah, I'm loving this. This is a long pit stop here at Spa. So only just coming into the pits now. So we've got the Vauxhall mechanics there, ready with a set of slicks, I would imagine. But look at his tyres there, he's taking them right down to the cord. So we've got the top 5 staying out, which is Danny, Audio Muted, Linebus, and Haydo. And we've got a couple of others, the top 7, I believe. So we'll just stay with Ben for a minute and just see what Ben chooses. I've got a feeling they don't have to use the softs, so they weren't very hard wearing when we looked at the practice. I've got a feeling they might come out on mediums, which are the slightly dodgy tyre in these conditions. I could be completely wrong. Adam will be laughing now, knowing that I've got it wrong. We always get this wrong, trying to gauge the tyres, what they're going to come out on. But he's come out on the softs. Okie dokie. Right. So let's just catch in with Maximum and see what he's come out. He's also come out on the softs, which is a sort of logical choice, but whether they'll wear as much now with it not being fully dry track remains to be seen. So Danny's tyres are going to be really hard wearing now as he's coming through campus, approaching Stavelot, which is the tight right-hander. This could be a dodgy corner, even in the dry. If you catch well, the wipers there. Have I seen the wipers come on Danny's car? It has started raining again. Uh-oh. Well, Danny could have made a brilliant choice here. So those people, let's just see what the tyre wear is like. Yeah, they haven't got great tyres, so how heavy is the rain going to get? Could these have made a mistake by pitting? So tyre wear was critical. It was only on ×4. So maybe, yeah, maybe they haven't made the tyres last long enough, but can they stay out much longer? So we've got a coming together there from Bongo Man, as Audio Muted desperately tried to get in the pits. So we'll just go with the leader of the race at the moment, which is Danny C. As we see Team Audi coming into the pits. This is Ivan Muller's car back in the day. Danny's run Audi every single season he's been with me. He's actually streaming it from his perspective. It's Danny C over at YouTube, so if you want to check out it from his POV. So we've got all the Audi mechanics, look at that, all in their overalls. So let's just see what Danny chooses to do. So the wipers are still going, but it's not chucking it down. It's a dodgy one, this. What would you do in the chat? Let me know. Anybody? Wets or inters? Inters surely, says Swifty. Shadow had to reset my wheel. Oh, no way. The Shadow's in 8th place. So Danny, let's just see what tyres Danny. Yeah, Swifty reckons Inters are the best bet here. Which could be a good shout. But like I was saying before, this track is renowned for having sort of weather cells all over the circuit. Now, it could be raining in one place. Now, let's just check in with... LFC Ben and these two now. So these are on softs. It's just gone over that line that would say you need wet tyres, but they've decided to brave it out. But can they make these softs? You're not going to get high tyre wear, but we know Ben's got good car control. But this is going to take every ounce of skill they've got. I just want to check in with the leader at the moment, who's Butler, who is stayed out on his original intermediates. Now he's pulled an absolute blinder here. He's been good on his tyres and his fuel, so he's not stopped yet. And I don't think Bongo Man has stopped either. He's followed suit with, yeah, that's right. But Bongo Man has got slightly less fuel. So are we going to see Butler stay out? And we know how good Butler is on his fuel. Normally, he'd be coming in for a set of slicks here, but this is a toss of the coin here. So we've got Danny C, who did pit, who's coming up to through Stavolo. So he's not far behind these. So they haven't quite got the gap for a stop. So if they do decide to pit now, Danny will inherit the lead, followed by Linebus, who also pitted. At the same time, he's on full wets, which is, yeah, it's a strange choice. Butler has pitted. Okay, so we'll just check in. Haydo sometimes stays out. As I say that, so Haydo is now leading the race. He's always been good in these conditions, as our Haydo. So this is your current leader of the independent category. Not by much, 7 points. So Skins is in a live 6th place at the moment. I'm just going to check in with Skins. So Skins has just pitted and come out. So now this has put Skins in a really good position here. So Haydo has got to have a really decent in lap now. He's got to absolutely get the pedal to the metal now. But Danny C, we know, is on fresh intermediates, so he'll be doing everything he can. He's got 18 seconds, so Haydo's got a pretty good gap. So I'm not sure how Danny's managed to get a 12-second gap over, maybe he pitted quite a bit before Linebus. But Haydo needs a good in-lap now, so he needs to be, but he's got to be careful with his fuel. His car looks really been in the wars, this Matt Dale's Primera. So he's losing time, as we see. When we were speaking last, it was 18.5. It's now 17. Just over 17.5. So he could lose positions. He could come out, ironically, he could come out right by Skins, which would be, yeah, that would really ignite the battle here. I just want to check in with audio muted. It's spread out quite a bit now. He's desperately trying to get back on the back of Shadow. As the sun is definitely starting to come out now. So these are all on a fresh set of intermediates. So now the ones that pitted early are now on the wrong tyre effectively. So if this stays like it, I don't know if this is going to stay. I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, this is a good one. This is making them think. Haydo, Bongo, Butler doing well to make it this far without pitting. Yeah, what a shout, Clayjacks. So they're in a really strong position at the moment. But I just want to see what tyres Butler's come back out on. He has come out on the racing mediums. So if this, I mean, the sun is coming out, but that means nothing here. So he's got the harder wearing tyres. Remember, they don't have to use the softs. So look at this. For Ekberg will love the photographs here. That was a hint, Ekberg. So the sun's really starting to rise now as Butler's coming through Stavlo. Coming along the back straight now, which is the fastest. So Haydo is now in the pit. So Butler We know Danny C is on the intermediates, Line Bus is on the wets. So Shadow, let's just see what tyres Shadow was on. So Shadow was on intermediates. Now this is, he's choosing to stay out, which is interesting. He's good on fuel. Audio Muted is also staying out. The Line Bus has also stayed out on the wets. Now this, he must be really struggling, because wets in the dry conditions are like softs in the wet, because they just overheat and melt. But Danny C has, I just want to see where Skins has jumped Hado. So this is a really good position for Skins. Skins needs to outscore Hado to stop him winning the Independent Series in this round. So Audio is motoring here, says Swifty. He is in 5th place for Audio Muted, but he's on the intermediates. He's good on fuel, but we know what he's like in these conditions, Swifty. Look at him there, desperately trying to maximise his inters. For as long as he can, he wants to try and make up as many positions, but he's got Shadow 3 seconds up the road. But this is really starting to dry out now. So remember, it's free tyre choice tonight. So I'm just wondering if, I just want to check in with Line Bus, because I'm sure he doesn't want to be staying out on the wets for longer than he has to. So he's just coming through Pouhon now. The back straight. So he's desperately trying to keep these. Look at how hard these tyres are getting a hammering now. So this is a really wet track. So this is dodgy. The best time coming through Pouhon here. Don't want to be getting too far. I think he wants to keep the tyres cool. So it's a quick right, then a left-hand turn coming through campus. He's got 1, 2, 3 corners to go before he gets to the bus stop. I've got a feeling we're going to see Line Bus come in. If he does, as Danny C stayed out. Now this is the key here. So Danny is coming through Blanchimont here. So will we see Danny come in off the intermediates? He doesn't need to for fuel, but the track is certainly drying out now. Right, so that's Danny C in from 1st place. So Line Bus, I'd imagine, is definitely going to come in. Will Shadow, the one we got to watch is Shadow. So they're all approaching the final corner now. So this is critical. Line Bus will definitely be coming in, I'd imagine. Skins has chose to stay out, so Skins is now leading, will inherit the lead of the race. But how long can Skins survive on those tyres? As we say, Swifty was mentioning before about a fast charging Audio Muted. I just want to check in at the back of the grid. So we've got Tyler Man here on the racing mediums in a strong position, good fuel. And he knows that Hado has just come in, is also on the racing mediums. So Maximum, we know, is on the softs, and he's managed to make, he's good on the tyre wear. So we see Maximum has now currently got the fastest lap of a 2:33, so that's a good point. It's a valuable point, which Danny would probably need. So we see Line Bus and Shadow in the pits at the moment. But Tyler's managed to have a bit of an off there. So let's just see if we can catch that. Not sure what happened there. Was it out of the La Source? Was it out of the hairpin? Did he just get on the throttle? He did. He just couldn't get it turned. So that was unfortunate for Tyler, but he's not lost too many positions, so he's on the mediums. So we see Line Bus has come out on a set of softs. They don't have to use the softs, but it is the quicker tyre. So Butler has managed to find himself in 3rd position at the moment, in a really, really strong position. He's got LFC Ben, we know, is on softs with the same amount of fuel, but Butler knows what LFC Ben's capable of. So LFC Ben is on a fast. He's letting Butler know he's there, but Butler's on the slower but harder wearing tyre. So LFC Ben wants to make use of these softs here. He wants to make use of the grippier tyre while it's dry. So he'll be wanting to get he wants to get as many points as he can. So Audio Muted in second place at the moment. So his tyres are almost on the rims. He's only got a 3-second gap to Butler. I'm expecting Butler Audio Muted may just come in for tyres and not fuel up. But he's got two. He knows he's going to lose these two positions here, but it's got to be the best strategy. Ekberg, get your happy snaps out, says Swifty. Oh, dear me. So we've got the chat's lighting up here. Lime is great on tyres and fuel, though. That's a good point, Swifty. So let's just see if Audio Muted does actually come in now. He is. So he knows he's... we see that indicating to come in the pits. That's... Skins has come in from the lead also. So LSE Ben is now your new leader. So that's going to promote David up to third position with Bongo Man in fourth. What? I tell you what, Bongo Man's having a great result. Marty, let's just check with Marty. He's another... look at his intermediates. He's brilliant on tyre wear too. So we know Maximum is on soft tyres. He's got Danny C for company. I've just got to check in with these two as we see battle resume again. So I'm just going to go on board with Danny. He's already got the move done, so this is Maximum now, but look at the fuel level. So what's the fuel like for Danny? Plenty of fuel. Danny's pitted again for racing mediums and he's got a full tank of fuel. So we've got 13 minutes remaining, just over 13 minutes remaining, which is roughly 6 laps of this track. So I would say Danny is good to the end. Now, can Ben? Ben is going to have to pit. Butler will not have to pit. Butler is also good to the end, so this is a great strategy for Butler. But look at David for the independents in third place. On a racing set of mediums, I don't think he's got enough fuel to the end. So if he fuel save round here, it's going to cost him an absolute heap of time. But we know Haydo's come out on the mediums. We knew that. So he's good to the end. So the one we've got to watch, Butler. Butler is in an incredibly strong position at the moment. Marty is not going to make it to the end on the intermediates. He's going to be too slow. So he's going to be vulnerable to Danny C. And Haydo has actually got past Maximum. But we know Maximum's fuel saving here. He's got a pit. So that's going to drop him right down the grid. But will we see Max? See, I wish we could see the weather radar that they see. Because it gives you a proper, like a map, where you see the weather cells coming in, left to right. I wish they'd include that in the game. It would be, it'd make the experience so much better for the viewers. So, Butler mediums just needs to hold the line. Ben's softs will run out shortly. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Swifty. So we'll see Maximum come in the pits here for fuel. So I'm just going to check in with Ben's tyres here. No way, there's no way Ben's going to have to pit. But he's only got a 3.7 second lead over Butler, but we know Butler is on fresh mediums. Oh, as you see Ben get it all sorts of loose there. Let's just look at that for car control. As he comes through Eau Rouge, comes through Radion, just catches the curb on the inside. Oh, just manages to hold it. So we know Ben's not going to make it to the end on the tyres. Well, he's not going to make it on fuel either. So that's going to promote. But David's going to have to pit. I would say Marty has pitted. Okay, I didn't see Marty pit. So he's good to the... Oh, is he good to the end on fuel? He's really hassling Danny C here. Look at this. And Tyler is in a live 7th place. But he's going to have to pit. His tyres are good. but he's going to have to pit before the end of the race for fuel. So he's got a 10-second gap behind him. So he's got a bit of a cushion to Shadow, but we know Shadow has recently pitted onto racing softs with a good amount of fuel. So this is Tyler's worst nightmare. He's got the Chevy bearing down on him, which he'll love and hate because it's his incredibly, I mean, I've known Tyler for 6-7 years. He's the nicest guy you could wish to be, biggest NASCAR fan, and he's always supported me. We play on the farming simulator together, and he's been with me for most seasons of the touring cars, and over the years, or more so recently, his knowledge for the touring cars has grown immensely. So this is his favourite car in real life, driven by Jason Plato. So knowing he's already had a little feather in his cap by overtaking this car last week. So yeah, but he'll like that, he'll enjoy it. So I just want to check in with the leader at the moment, as LFC Ben has decided to stay out for another lap. But we see David come in from 3rd place for fuel. Will he change his tyres with 9 minutes remaining? Or will he just come in for fuel? So Danny C is now in 3rd place, and what's the gap between Danny C? It's 12 seconds to Butler. So Danny's got his work cut out now. But Butler is in a really, really strong position here. So let's just see if Butler has managed to close the gap. He has. He's taken 2 seconds out of Ben, so Ben is under pressure here. But Ben's left front tyre is absolutely shot. So yeah, Ben's gonna he's gonna lose a handful of places here. He's normally really good on the strategy as Ben. He's done some really out of the box strategies, but that's not going to help. He's also got a penalty as well. So I don't think Butler will have to do too much to get past LFC Ben. But the important battle to look at is, we know Shadow's won the Toka, so we've got to focus. I'm just going to stay with this for a minute, as Butler is really, really hounding Ben at the moment. Puon, this is a brave move here. I don't think it's a great place to do it. But he knows that Ben's going to be serving a penalty around this. I'm going for first, says Butler. Oh, perfect timing. So he's gone for the move through campus. What a brave move, especially with the still a little bit of dampness on the track. So that is Butler in a live 1st place. So can he defend, and can he keep this now? Can he make the most of these mediums and keep his fuel? Because Butler is in a really, really strong position at the moment. So we see Danny C in 3rd place. It's about 11 seconds back with 7 minutes going. That's 3 laps. So 11 seconds in 3 laps. We know Danny's capable of it. But Danny doesn't have to worry too much about fuel or tyres. So the other important battle to watch is Haydo is in a live 4th place at the moment. Skins is in 8th place. So I'm waiting for Mr. Vorderman to get some messages in the chat. Clayjax has just typed a message. Will there be one more shower? Could decide. Oh well, if that's the case, then it'll throw it all in the air. Holy mo! I honestly don't know what's going to happen. But now Clayjax has said that, look at the mist coming in. But LFC Ben has come in from a live 4th place off a set of softs. So Danny's overtaken Haydo. So Danny's hot on the heels of Butler now. So what will Ben choose to do here? Shout out to Haydo in 4th from Swifty. Yeah, that's a great, really strong performance from Haydo. Nice work, Butler, says Swifty. Now let's just focus on this and see what Ben does. He's not going to need a lot of fuel. So let's just see what he's chosen to come out on. It's such a long pit stop here. Ben's looked at the. Now Ben is okay. He's obviously seen a weather system coming in. So let me just quickly go to the leader, which is Butler, who's lost about 4 seconds. Danny C is on a proper charge here. So we've seen LFC Ben come in for a set of wet tyres. So he's further ahead on the track. So I can't see anything indicating, well, oh, hang on a minute, look at those clouds there. Look at that. Look at those clouds coming in. You see, it's blue sky to the left, dark clouds to the right. Now, are we going to see? Oh, this is Butler's, this is a crucial stop. See, Butler's got, I don't think he's got enough fuel for 2 laps. Unless he fuels. Clayjack's Mystic Meg, says Swifty. Well, Swifty, Clayjack's has designed the lobby tonight, so we're going to have to go with what. I don't know what's happening. I've not designed the weather. We can see Danny C in the background here. But Butler's decided to come in. Now, will Danny, this is the important one. Now, Danny's also followed him in. So this is going to be a proper dogfight now. Haydo in 3rd place, 8 seconds back. On Racing Mediums, Haydo has decided to stay out. This could be make or break. So we have 4 minutes remaining of this race. That's just over. It's probably this lap and another lap. So can Haydo pull an absolute blinder, or is he going to regret this? Because it's definitely darkened here. Let me just go on board with Haydo. It's definitely looking dodgy. But we see Butler, Danny C and Shadow all in the pits, audio muted. Unsurprisingly stayed out. But there's nothing. There's slight, I'm not sure if. Yeah, the only water appeared on the gauge there was literally as he went offline. So we've seen a flurry of pit stops here. Danny C, Butler still haven't emerged from the pits yet, so let's just see. So David Walbank, David W has stayed out. He's on a set of mediums. Good on fuel, but it's certainly, the weather's really closing in now. But look at this. Now the wipers have actually come on. Shadow was right. Shadow, what are the numbers for next week, mate? I'm only joking. So this is now going to be crucial. Butler, I just want to see what tyres. Butler's come out on the intermediates. Perfect timing for Butler. This is just a quick splash and dash. David ahead of him and Haydo are both on the mediums. David on worn mediums and Haydo on 50% worn mediums. So they've got another, yeah, if they get round, they've got another lap. I can't see the speed, but look at this. He's absolutely throwing it down. So Haydo's got a 1 second penalty, but he can afford that. He's actually got a free pit stop. But can he make it to the pit? Yeah, he's fell foul. Look at that. Let me just see. That's what you get when you stay out. Let's just see if we can get that. So he's come down. Coming down here. Coming through campus. Just on the exit of campus, coming down to Stavolo. Oh, he just get on the throttle too early. Oh, and he's beached it. He's managed to get it out. So he's now not only got that, he's got a once. Look at this, he's all over the place here. So I'd imagine Butler's rubbing his hands here. But he's got Danny C for company. So what tyres is Danny C on? Danny C's on the full wets. So he has got the strong. He's gone belt and braces for this. But this is more than a shower. But this could affect the battle here. If Haydo does pit, this could bring. Yeah, it could bring Skins right back into play as Danny C gets all loose as he goes for a move down the inside of Butler here, coming down the back straight towards Blanchimont, but Butler's got the inside. Let's just see what these drivers, what they've got to put with. Look at this. But Butler's managed to hold Danny C off. Just got to keep it nice and tidy. A judgy braking point coming into the bus stop chicane. So they're going to get another lap. So this is going to be a battle here. But Haydo has pitted. So Butler is going to inherit the lead of the race. There's no way Haydo could stay out. So this is going to be a battle now. This is Butler versus Danny versus LFC Ben. We know David Wallbank is also he's not made it round. He's having all sorts of issues. He's stayed out. He's going to be regretting that. So it looks like David has come into the pit. So audio muted. Also came out the intermediates, but we know he's really good on his tyre wear. But he's also he can use the intermediates in really heavy weather conditions. So I'm just going to go back to the leader briefly, as you see Danny C making a move. They've got the blue flags coming out for a back marker. Danny C's going down the outside, coming towards Lecom. He's managed to get that move done, but Butler's not having it. He's going back down the inside. He thought about it. So Danny C's managed to get the move done there, but this is the final lap now. So this is all or nothing, but Butler would love to get this. He's had such a good race, Butler. But can Danny manage to hold Butler off for the remaining 3/4 of this lap? So coming through this tight right-hander here, down the hill to the left-hander. But Danny C is giving it everything. Look at the flames shooting out of that. He's giving it absolutely everything. So this is really bordering on wet weather tyres, which Danny has got. As you see Butler locking the tyres there, so Danny's having no issues with that. So it may not have been heavy enough for the wet tyres to begin with, but Danny has chosen the better tyre here. He's on the full wets. Look at it blowing across the track, absolutely throwing it down. So Danny will be relieved that he's on the wet tyres. But Haydo has come out with a 3-second penalty and managed to maintain 4th place. So I've got a feeling we might see some announcements from Mr. Vorderman. But I'm just going to stay with your leader for now. And just see, Danny's just got to keep it together. My calculator is going to kill itself, says Adam. Does it have a self-destruct button, says Swifty? Oh dear. Final lap scrap, says Clay Jacks, for first. Haydo pit at the start to reset my pedals. Shafted me strategy. GG's all, says Shadow. I'll catch up with the chat in a minute. But Danny C is rounding the bus stop chicane for the last time, coming across the line to take the win here for the feature race with Jimmy Codger Racing's British Touring Car Championship here at Spa. I've got a feeling that that might be enough for Danny C. We'll wait on news. Here we go. Danny C is the Season 5 British Touring Car Champion with me, Jimmy Codger. I'm just going to quickly save the replay. And I'm just going to go back to track. And get some information on the screen. Danny C, if you're listening to the stream, go back to track. We'll do your victory celebration, Danny. Go back out, mate. If you can. Not sure. We'll see if Danny can go back out to track. But in the meantime, we'll just get you the results. So here we go. So Danny C takes the win for Team Audi and claims the Season 5 title. We're yet to confirm whether he's got the manufacturers. I'm almost assuming that that's a given. Butler, after an absolutely brilliant race here, a great strategy. I think if he'd chosen the wets, I think he may have got it. But credit to Danny. LSE Ben takes the final podium spot for Vauxhall. Great result, and 4th place for Haydo after his slight miscalculation on the weather. Manages to get 4th place. I've got a feeling that's also enough. David comes home in 5th place. Shadow, after a wheel reset, would you believe, in the pits? 6th place. Audio Meted finishes in 7th. Marty finishes in 8th. We've got Skins in 9th place. Drew taking a final driver's point in 10th place. Tyler finishing 11th again. Consistency. Bongo Man in 12th place. Line Bus in 13th. And Maximum. Unbelievably, we had a retirement from Maximum. I'm not sure. I've not seen anything on the chat. And maybe that was a disconnect. But let's just see if we can go and see. Let's just see. Is Danny C in the house? Danny C, go back out to track. Let's see if we can get a message. Let's just see if we can get him out on the track. It'll be a bit emotional. Not sure if we can. I'm just going to see. Just quickly. Here's your winner for Season 5. British Touring Car Champion here on GT7 with me, Jimmy Codger. Danny C, do your thing. If you can do donuts in the wet. Go on, give us a lap. Here we go. So Danny C's been with us for season. This is his 5th season. This is his 3rd title now. So he had a bit of bad luck. I'm not going to mention the community, but he was in a championship that had an awful lot of rules, and the rules went against him very harshly, a lot of people thought, and very cruelly had the championship taken away from him on the last race by literally millimetres. So he's come out here all guns blazing, and he's been on the podium. I'll have to check with Adam. Can you check with Danny? Has managed. He's been on the podium every single race. Audi are the Season 5 Constructors Championships champions also. Oh, we got Hogmeister Pro. He'll be chuffed with that. What a legend Danny C is. Haydo is, hang on, breaking news. Haydo is also, Haydo, go back out to track if you can get a message. Oh, hang on. Let's see if I can. So Haydo is your Independence champion, confirmed by Mr. Vorderman. So Danny C, round of applause, mate. Well done, buddy. I know how much it meant to you. I'll let you carry on with your stream. I'll go back now, see if I can get Haydo. And here we go. Here's your man, Haydo. This is the first. He's been with me since. Oh, he's been in loads of series. Quite fitting. He's in Matt Neal's Primera from 1999. So Haydo, well done, mate. You've won the Independence Series. You are now the Independence champion. Absolutely brilliant, mate. Well done, Haydo. I know how, you know, you've had a mixed bag of results up and down the season, but yeah, you can go into the finals. You can go into the final round now. Relax, give it everything. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There's you two. There's your overall champion, manufacturers champion, and the Independence champion. So that's decided now. There's no more titles to decide. We know Shadow has won the Toka. Danny won the Supers, so Danny's got a hat-trick. So he's won the Supers, he's won the Manufacturers, and he's won the overall Drivers' Championship. Right. So I'm just going to see. I don't. Apologies to Shadow. I can't do interviews. It's not. I don't want to risk that. But we'll do it next week, when I can sort out the tech issues that I had tonight. So, right, well, I'm going to come back and... Right, well, now you can see on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, the calendar for the series. The final is going to be next week, next Saturday, on the 11th of April. Same time, probably on time this next time. I do apologise for the delays again. 7 o'clock, live here with me, Jimmy Codger. So be sure to join in. I will announce the track on Discord. They're gonna light the final track, and then as you saw in the interval, we had the Porsche series being advertised, and this is the schedule for the Porsches. They start on the 2nd of May, so we're going to have a few weeks break after the touring cars. Give me a bit of a rest, and then that kicks off on Saturday, the 2nd of May, at Spa. And then it's four rounds, each 50-minute endurance races, so something to get the teeth stuck into, using one car, which is going to be the Porsche. So be sure, if you want to see more racing that you've seen tonight, great respect. This is going to be something special. They've all been looking forward to it. So all that's left me to do, Adam, thank you ever so much for doing the live scores, and just going to quickly catch up with the chat. So we've got Marty, well done, Haydo, well done, Danny, says Marty. Just the Supers versus Toka battle to resolve in next week's final. Yeah, that's right. Well, sorry, Adam. Yeah, there's one more. Have a great one all, says Danny, and congratulating Haydo. Well done, Haydo. So, yeah, so it's just the Toka versus Super battle to decide at the final race. So, apologies for all the technical delays, and it's finishing a little bit later than normal. But it can't be helped. I will be looking into that. I've got a week to sort it out. I'm not quite sure what went wrong. But without any more jabbering from me, it's time for me to sign off for tonight and get myself a well-earned drink and enjoy the rest of your weekend ahead and have a great week. And I will see you next week. And don't forget, we have also... We're in collaboration now with Future Champions Social Club, which is another community server providing all sorts of races. We're recruiting drivers via Facebook. So if you like the look of the racing that you've seen tonight, head over to Facebook, get your name down there, and join the community. Great bunch of drivers and all sorts of events being thrown. So if that looks appealing to you, then yeah, head over there. Well, all that's left for me to do is sign off for the evening. So that's it. That is good night from me. Take care. Have a great rest of your weekend. Great week ahead.